Hello students, welcome to the next session of science. Today I am here with the topic the living organisms and their surroundings. So students, as you know, life exists only on our planet, the earth. There is a wide variety of living organisms on the earth. We find life on snow-covered mountains and even in deep oceans. And there are several microorganisms live in our environment and in our body too. So students, what is an environment? The living organisms do not live in isolation. They obtain their food and other necessities from their surroundings. All the living and non-living things in the surroundings affect the life of an organism. So, everything surrounding and affecting the life of an organism is called its environment. Now students, what are the components of the environment? Several factors affect the survival of living plants or animals in their habitat. The place where living organisms live is called their habitat. Living things like plants, animals, human beings and microorganisms in a habitat are called the biotic components of the environment. On the other hand, non-living things like soil, water, air, sunlight, temperature, wind all constitute the abiotic components of the environment. The biotic and abiotic components form the natural environment of an organism. Human beings are also the part of the environment. Human beings can change the environment according to their needs. This is called a human-made environment. For example, human beings can develop villages, cities, they can construct their houses, roads. So in this way, there are only human beings which can convert the environment according to their needs and requirements. Now students, I am going to discuss with you the biotic components of the environment. The biotic components of the environment can be divided into four main groups: producers, consumers, scavengers and decomposers. So, what are producers? Organisms that can manufacture their own food are called producers. For example, green plants make their own food from carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight. So, green plants are the producers of the environment. The next group of the biotic component is the consumers. Organisms that cannot manufacture their own food but consume directly or indirectly food prepared by green plants are called consumers. All animals are consumers. Consumers can be further divided into three categories. First one is primary consumers or herbivores. Animals that eat only green plants and plant products are called herbivores or primary consumers. Cows, horses, goats, rabbits and grasshoppers. These are the herbivorous animals. Secondary consumers or carnivores. These are the animals that eat the flesh of other animals as food. These are called carnivores or secondary consumers. For example, snakes, frogs and lizards, these are the examples of the secondary consumers. Tertiary consumers or top carnivores, large animals like lions, tigers and leopards, they eat. Secondary consumers are called tertiary consumers or top carnivores. They are not killed or eaten by other animals. Now, scavengers, organisms that feed on the dead remains of plant animals that are killed by predators are called scavengers. Kites and vultures are some examples of scavengers. Now students, who are predators? What do you mean by predators? Predators are wild animals that hunt or prey on other animals. Predator animals need the flesh of the animals that they kill to survive. The animals which are killed by the predators are called their prey. Now students, the important component of the environment are decomposers. Organisms like some of the bacteria and fungi that decompose dead remains of plants and animals to obtain their food are called decomposers. Decomposers are the cleansers of the environment. Decomposers make vital nutrients available to an ecosystem's primary producers, which are trees and plants. Because when decomposers decompose the remains of plants and animals, these are converted into the soil, and these increase the nutrient value of the soil, and again when trees and plants grow in that soil, they can consume those nutrients from the soil. So in this way, this cycle goes on. Now students, interaction between abiotic and biotic components of the environment is known as an ecosystem. No organism can live independently. In any ecosystem, plants and animals, biotic components depend on each other and on non-living components, which are also known as abiotic components of the environment. This is known as interdependence. Because of interdependence, plants and animals help maintain a balance in nature. All the components are equally required for the balanced ecosystem, to maintain the balance in an ecosystem. So students, in this session I discussed with you what is an environment, what are the components of the environment, what are the decomposers, and what is an ecosystem. Hope you enjoyed the session. Thank you for watching the video. Goodbye.